welcome back. You are now watching We Talking Sports.
Hey, welcome back. Thanks for joining us today at We Talking Sports. We got a lot to talk about, as usual. We got a lot of good stuff to talk about, some crazy stuff to talk about, but at the end of the day, we gonna talk. And what I want you to do, first of all, is if you listen to the podcast, go ahead and hit that like button. So, you know what I'm saying, we know you appreciate the show. And we are live right now, so you can give us a call and join in with your questions or comments. 216-402-1315 is the number to call. Or you can hit us up on Twitter at We Talking Sports 2, Instagram, We Talking Sports 6, or follow us on Facebook at We Talking Sports. So with that, let's go ahead and dive in because, like I said, we got a lot to talk about. And we're going to start off with those Cavaliers. The Cavs came up with a big win yesterday. They knocked off the Toronto Raptors in Toronto. Toronto was on a 5-game winning streak, and they showed a lot of grit and a lot of heart. And I like what I see out of these Cavs. I like what I see.
They have been playing some very, very good basketball. And I dogged them last week, and I realized that, no, I didn't know what I was talking about. This is a good basketball team.
They are.
And although I will say on the top of the mountain, Ricky Rubio is not a good basketball player, and when I say that, what I mean is that he's always been put on a pedestal that he was something that he's not. But what he means to this basketball team is invaluable. He is a veteran that knows the NBA, and
right.
He is teaching these young guards these young, very good guards. Right. Very good, almost poor man CJ and Dame. And they beat CJ and Dame, right?
They did. They knocked them off at home.
Hello? So I got to say that this is a very good basketball team.
Mm-hmm.
A very good basketball team that has very good pieces when you can bring in, when you got a Market, when you got a Allen, man, that dude is just balling.
He's going to be good.
Almost.
Hey, right now, he's Rookie of the Year. Right now, he is Rookie of the Year. Evan Mobley.
No.
Yes.
No, I'm not going that far. Now,
so tell me who is then. Tell me, right, if there was a Rookie of the Year award was given out tomorrow, who would get it?
I don't know. I can't say that. Only thing I'm going
to tell you because I've watched. I've watched.
Let me just say this. I'm not going to co-sign that because I don't know. That's all I'm going to say. I'm not going to co-sign that because I don't know.
Look, I'm not going to say who's going to have the best career.
I've only been looking at Evan Mobley. So I can't tell you. I know Cade Cunningham hit his first three-point shot.
That should tell you something right there. And I watched Houston. I've watched a couple of Houston games. And don't get me wrong, I'm not throwing dirt on these guys saying that they won't have good NBA careers. But like right now, I was very unimpressed with Jalen Green. And I know it's not all about statistics, but the difference with those guys is right now they're on bad teams, but they got the green light on those bad teams, meaning they can take 15, 20 shots if they want, and it's not a problem, but they haven't found their NBA games yet. It's to where,
He was right, though.
What's that?
The top rookie in the league right now is Evan Mobley.
Right, absolutely. You know who's number 2?
Josh Giddey.
What's his name?
Josh Giddey. He a point guard, shooting guard out of Oklahoma.
Oh, okay, because I was going to say the Brooks guy from Toronto yesterday. Isn't that his name? Scotty
Barnes or something?
Yeah, Scotty Barnes. He's been playing really well too. And what I mean by what I'm basing it on is, first of all, you look like you belong in the NBA. Your team is winning, and you're helping them win. You know what I'm saying? You're not just putting up 25 shots and playing 38 minutes a game because you were a top 5 pick. Evan Mobley is earning his stripes right now. And to be honest with you, it seems like he gets better every game.
Is he starting now?
Yeah, Evan Mobley starts.
Okay, well that's another thing you got to look at when we
I
start
agree
talking
with
about
that.
rookie in the year in the sense of play time and what team they got sent to. You got some rookies that are gonna have to do some bench time that are they may be studs.
I'm not projecting their whole career, but I'm just saying the guys that we're taking ahead of Evan Mobley right now, Evan Mobley is outplaying them.
Yeah, he's balling.
He's outplaying them. And, hey, that's kudos to him. And like I said, from a talent standpoint, he seems to get better and better each game. Darius Garland. And at this point, his name is DG. Okay?
Oh, he earned a nickname?
That's right.
He balling like
That's
that?
right. Because you know what? This is the second game in a row where he's had the ball in his hands to close out the game, and then he knocked down clutch free throws, which is very important. Very important.
Talking like he was banging clutch threes.
For a young player like that to commonly step up to the line
With the game on the line.
those 2 free throws on the road
Right.
to win the game. Huge.
And just to put a little bit more theatrics around it, last year Toronto they played their games like in Florida or something because of COVID. So every game they have is packed. Every game they have this year, because they're playing in their arena again, is like a playoff type intensity from the fan standpoint. You know what I'm saying? You're talking about a raucous crowd. They get down in there. And to go into that environment and to perform the way that the Cavs did, it was impressive. Again.
The house that Drake built.
Right.
Welcome to the 6A.
Even though I didn't see him. Did you see him at the game yesterday? Was he there?
No, probably. Isn't he like a brand ambassador? Don't they got to cut that man a check or something?
Yeah, he is like part of the Raptors.
Yeah. 6 man.
But yeah, like I said, and they were on a 5-game winning streak. So, big props to the Cavs. And big props to JB, because he's doing a great job coaching. Yep. Go ahead. I was going to say, one of the things I like that he decided to do was go with his big lineup.
Hold on,
because
banging the line. Hold on to me. We talking sports. Go ahead.
Hey, how y'all doing?
Hey, we doing good. We doing good. Who do you have here today?
This L.
What's going on, L?
Talking about Darius Garland.
Okay. All right. What you
Okay.
talking?
Great basketball player. Like I said before, did you know the Cavs didn't know if he wanted to play basketball? That's the best player we got on the roster. Colin Sexton is good, but Darius Garland is the best player we do have next to Jared Allen, flat out. Everybody else is tradable on that roster. Everybody's tradable on that roster.
Don't forget about Evan Mobley.
What about the big man?
Don't you dare disrespect Taco Fall.
He can go too. And he can go too. He can go too. Everybody's
Now, the thing
tradable
about
besides the 2 players I just told you. Garland and Allen. That's it. We have nothing else. They can't shoot. I told you before that the Cavs can only do 22 to 23 games if we're going to win again. In Vegas, that big pyramid, they said 27 games. We're not that good. We can't shoot. And when you get film on them, what we going to do?
Let me tell you why Vegas is going to adjust that. Because Vegas.
Thanks for your call.
Yeah, thanks for your call, El. Vegas was not anticipating which is where I was going prior to your call. They did not anticipate the Cavs going with the 3 7-footer lineup or the big lineup that JB Biggerstaff had the kahunas to go with, because it goes against what's traditional NBA basketball right now. Everybody knows that the Golden State Warriors introduced this small ball lineup a few years ago, and the thing I never agreed with is how everybody tried to match up with them. It's just like, why do you adjust your roster to somebody else's roster? Go with what you got. Put your best guys out on the court. And that's what JB has decided to do this year, and I think we seeing the returns of it.
And what I would say, and I do agree with L to a point, because I do believe that Darius Garland is that player. But I also believe that these other dudes can't shoot. But what I think is that they can't NBA shoot, but they do have talent, and they're learning how to NBA shoot. They're learning how to play this basketball game to where what I believe the reason why the Cavs are so good is because Bernie Bickerstaff is a very good coach that runs his pieces the way he wants to run his pieces. Now, let me give you an example.
Right.
In that basketball game last night, the Cavs did not lead in any part of that game, but they kept themselves right from a place where they would make a big mistake and Toronto go on the run. So they kept themselves right there, and then at the end of the game, Bernie Bickerstaff pushed the button to just get that to a tie game, and Darius Garland's at the line. And then on top of that, he designed a great defense with 4 seconds left for us to win the game.
Right.
If you give Bernie Bickerstaff the credit based on what L just said about these players, because I don't think that's an indictment on them from my standpoint. That's more of they're young and they're developing how to play the NBA game. Because I do agree, Darius Garland is cold. Sexton can go. I don't agree with him as far as Mobley. I wouldn't trade him, but that's our future. If you teach Mobley how to play the NBA, I wouldn't trade nobody. I'm not saying I would.
Rubio can go.
But I'm just saying I understand his point
No.
to where
Rubio's an important part of the success that we having right now because he's been that coach on the floor, and we're going to continue to need him because, don't get me wrong, you can see these guys growing.
right.
You can see these guys growing. But you got to understand too that these guys are they're getting better and they're learning on the fly. So they haven't come close to reaching their ceiling yet. Darius Garland hasn't obviously reached his ceiling. Evan Mobley hasn't reached his ceiling yet. But like I said,
right.
What I see in Evan Mobley is a guy that gets better almost every game. Almost every game.
And I agree with you. When I was saying that I'm not going to co-sign on him being the rookie of the year, that's just because I don't know nobody else. But as far as what I've seen, as far as him playing, oh man, he is good. He is good to where I know I'm supposed to be good, but I don't get in the way.
Right.
So he's staying ball, but he don't get in the way and make those rookie mistakes. And when he gets more confident, man, his ceiling is huge.
Right.
I've always said that he needs to be R1. And I believe that he will be. I believe that that's what they believe.
He will be eventually. He will be eventually.
Right.
But it's like in the meantime, you know what I'm saying? And it's good that he doesn't have to be forced into that role now. He can pick his fights based off of matchups and things like that in terms of when he's going to assert himself a little bit more. And even when he doesn't assert himself, he has a high basketball IQ too, especially for a rookie. And it's just like
he does.
He the way he helped defend the basket and stuff. Yeah, the Cavs are something to deal with, and Vegas will eventually adjust their projection.
Or you need to put your money on it right now.
Oh yeah, you know what? That's really the thing. You need to put your money on that right now and make some money off of that.
I'm telling you, I read an article
right
this week.
Because I really like a lot of the stuff they do. I like how he injects Rubio in.
Right.
Rubio is almost that coach on the floor.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to tell you.
He definitely
Rubio
is.
made a play the other day that I just said, yeah, I got to get this dude his piece. He went to the basket, and when he went to the basket, he took like 3 dudes with him. And I'm sitting up there thinking to myself, like, oh, my God, what is this dude doing? He got under the basket, threw the ball out to Jetty. Jetty hit a 3-pointer. Now, this was a crucial point in the game, too.
Mm-hmm.
I think it might have been in the second quarter. But it was a good portion of the
game, right?
I think so. Yep. And what came to mind to me is when LeBron James does that, everybody says, wow, this is one of the greatest passers in the history of basketball. Because he threw that ball on point and right where he could catch it and shoot. And that's a stressful situation.
Right.
You go into the basket, you took 3 people, you thinking you about to beat somebody off the dribble, you realize you're not. So you got to get rid of this ball.
Right.
But you know where everybody is.
Right.
Bam.
Exactly.
I
Right. You know where everyone is on the floor. Right.
Yep. And I can't remember who ran out to get him, but Jetty hit the three.
Right. So let me.
That's the type of stuff that NBA basketball teams have to do. That's the type of stuff that Darius Garland has to do.
Right.
Because now when Darius Garland goes to the basket and he ain't got it, well, okay, now not only am I going to get rid of the ball, but I'm going to get rid of the ball into a scoring situation. Because right now I beat the defense.
Mm-hmm.
I beat the defense because the defense collapsed on me. Bam, my shooter. Those are NBA things that Rubio is showing this basketball team and our coach is showing this basketball team.
Right. Right. Absolutely. Absolutely. And the good thing about Rubio is he can show it to him actually on the floor. And I'm going to just share one more quick Rubio story. Is in that Portland game, I went to the game and I saw there was a play where the guards on the floor were Rubio and Colin Sexton. And Rubio passed it to Sexton. And Sexton started doing his young bull stuff, meaning he started doing that dribbling, looking to see where he could penetrate. But he does that. I mean, that's been part of his game since he's been with the Cavs. But the defense was just setting up for him. Rubio immediately came right back over to Sexton, clapped his hands like, give me the ball back. You know what I'm saying? Quick, don't waste the shot clock trying to penetrate when everybody know that's what you're getting ready to do. And he moved the ball, and Sexton gave it up to him willingly, but that's the teaching process that Sexton needs to have on the court so he understands, because he's getting better with that. Now, last night, he almost threw the game away doing some of that stuff at the end in the final seconds of the game. But again, I do see him playing a more team-friendly game, which actually helps him. It helps him to be more efficient. But when I think he was like 3 for 18 yesterday. You don't have to be the hero at the end of the game. You don't have to be the hero.
Let me tell you what you got in Colin Sexton. In Colin Sexton, you got a what's the dude in Milwaukee? That the young point guard in Milwaukee, his brother in the league.
Somebody's calling in.
You know what I'm talking about?
I'm trying to think. Drew Holiday. That's what you're talking about.
Drew Holiday.
Somebody's in the call.
You got that toughness, but you got world be free attitude.
Right. Hey,
you got an attitude.
D-Jack, we got a caller on. We talking sports. Who joined us?
My name is Sam.
What's going on, Sam?
What's up, Sam?
What's going on, good brother?
You got it.
What you got, man? You talking? We was talking some Cavs. We talking about Darius Garland, Colin Sexton, recapping what those boys are doing. What you think?
Well, I haven't really been keeping up with the Cavs, but it seems like their length is bothering people. People haven't adjusted to their length yet.
No doubt.
I haven't really been watching basketball too much, and I'm a Laker fan. But like I said, I really don't get into. Oh, you a Laker fan?
I got something for you, buddy. I got something for you.
Like, come on with it.
Why can't they beat OKC?
Hey, look. It always, if you've been following sports, you always seem like you got one team or one gnat in your shoe that you just can't get rid of, and it seems like. I don't know if it's got anything to do with Westbrook being a former Thunder member or whatever, but
I think that definitely has something to do with it.
I think that got all to do with it.
I mean, that's 2 straight games though. We had them down 20-some points.
Right.
That's not a good sign though, like at all.
Right. I think it should be more troubling that the Lakers can't close them out. I mean, check this out. The Lakers got three top all-time 75 players on their roster, 2 of them in their prime.
5'6".
Is that true? Is that true though?
Can I interrupt you real quick?
OKC don't have one player in the top 750 players of all time. Go ahead, DJ.
LeBron James is the closer for the Lakers. And both of those games, LeBron James wasn't there. So now we got this experiment going on called Russell Westbrook, and we trying to figure it out. And both of those games, Russell Westbrook got in his head, hey, I'm Russell Westbrook, I'm playing my old team. Those are 2 losses. But you know that if LeBron James would have been playing in that game, with 26-point leads and with 16-point leads, LeBron James would have closed that.
Of course.
You don't have,
of course.
Okay, Anthony Davis can't lead the offense. There it is. Russell Westbrook, he ain't leading the offense. He got to learn how to, and they got to learn how to do it with Russell Westbrook. There it is.
That's not going to happen. That's not going to happen.
LeBron James is going. At the end of the day, LeBron James is going to be closing games.
If LeBron doesn't come back, you're going to have a collection of talent that just loses games. They wouldn't make it out of the second round of the West. They wouldn't make it out of the second round.
What team has LeBron ever played for that was the case? Maybe Miami? Okay.
But even with that Miami squad, if you recall, that Miami squad, they started off 8-9.
Thank you.
And like with the team the Lakers have constructed, it's going to be a little bit more. We have 11 new players.
Thank you, bud. Thank you.
Now, once I say you got to check the Lakers around like All-Star break. Watch and see how they be playing then.
How many times
they're not really worried about too much of the record right now. Right now, we trying to figure out people's roles and people's identity. That's the thing the Lakers are searching for right now.
Yeah, I mean, think about it. The one left-hand dude, my boy Blazemore. Yeah. Blazemore getting minutes because not for right now, because that dude is out of control. But he got an attitude. He got that, something. We gonna stick this together. We gonna slap the basketball. Try to make a steal. We gonna be aggressive. He got that. So what they doing is they trying to gel that into, all right, brother, calm down and play some championship basketball. That's gonna take a minute.
Too many old dudes, man. Too many old dudes. Too many old dudes.
Okay.
Now,
too many old
like
dudes.
my man said, check us at All-Star break, bro. Make sure you call us back at All-Star break.
All-Star break, they gonna have like 4 hamstrings, 3 back spasms. I mean, you know what I'm saying? These old dudes, come on, man. I mean, and I say that.
All right, bro, what you call in for?
I want to talk about the Cleveland Browns. Now,
here we go.
First of all, I'm a Baltimore Ravens fan. Now, with that being said, I really would like to know how my dude sent me the live thing of y'all telecast last week, and I was just listening to the comments as y'all was referring to Baker Mayfield. Now, my question is, what quarterback other than Tom Brady has a better all-around setup in the entire league than Baker Mayfield?
No one. Oh, okay. You can say Dak Prescott. Okay. You can say Dak Prescott. You can say Dak Prescott. Okay.
Maybe Dak Prescott.
Maybe, right.
So that's 2 other teams out of 32 that doesn't have a better makeup. He has out of 10, the offensive line is an 8.
No, that's not what he said.
Out of 10, the receivers, I would say, is about 7 or 8. Out of 10, the tight ends is about a 7 or 8. But the problem is in football, unless you have outstanding special teams or outstanding defense, the quarterback has a lot of onus put on him. Therefore, Baker Mayfield has to be below average because he can't even be average. Because if you have an outstanding line, outstanding receivers, outstanding running back, grade A defensive players, and you can only produce what he's producing, he has to be average. He's not even, I don't even think he's average.
You won't get an argument out of me. You won't get an argument out of me.
What did we say last week? Because so here's my thing about Baker. I'm not going to say that Baker is a bum. I'm not going to say that. As a matter of fact, I do believe that you can win with Baker Mayfield. I do believe that.
You can win, but the table has to be set for him in order to win.
And I do believe that the table is set for him.
Yes, it is.
I just think that right now, in my opinion, the issue is that Baker Mayfield needs to sit down. He needs to get completely healed. He needs to learn how to play football. Baker Mayfield's problem is take away my second read, and I'm done. I have no clue what's about to happen after that. And that's just something that you need to learn in football. In my opinion, here's what I would say about those videos that I saw. I believe in those videos that I saw, what defenses do is put a shell that makes it look like, okay, you don't have Odell right now. You ain't going to have Odell. And so what Baker Mayfield does is goes to his second read, and then it's just like, and he hits his second read a lot of times, obviously more times than not, because he has a more than 50% completion percentage. And then after that,
screen passes.
I have no idea what am I trying to do. And his problem is he's not athletic. He's not a quarterback who, in those types of situations, can get out of the pocket and just be like, all right, I'm just about to get 8 yards with my leg. He does that every so often. Like the one time when he did it and got up and celebrated like he had just won the world. Because that is what, to me, to be a good quarterback in the NFL, going to that third read, you have to learn that. But what buys you time is being able to get out of the pocket and get you extra yards. So to me, he needs to just heal up and he needs to just watch Case Keenum play. And maybe that's only 3 weeks.
Okay,
but
here's my reply to that. Here's my reply to that. Last game, I can't put that onus on Baker Mayfield. People keep telling me he has an injury, which I do not doubt. But for the money, I saw him putting the ball on a 15-yard post route dead on Jarvis Landry. I didn't see the ball wobbling. I didn't see his shoulder. I didn't see none of that. For the money last week against Pittsburgh, he was putting the ball where it needed to be, when it needed to be there. So I don't even know if people can keep using that shoulder as a.
Brother, did you see the play though? Did you see what his shoulder did? I ain't doubting his injury.
Yeah, I'm not doubting that he's hurt, but I'm doubting to what extent. See, you could be hurt and you could be injured. I don't think he's injured. Yeah. Do I believe his shoulder is hurting? Yes. Because like I said, I played quarterback at a high level. For him to put that ball on Jarvis Landry on a 15-yard outpost, you can't have a bump shoulder and make that throw like that. He was putting that ball on the money. Jarvis Landry and the receivers let the Browns down last week. I'm not even putting that on Baker Mayfield. But to pay a franchise quarterback, Ray Lewis had always said one thing. To pay a franchise quarterback, you have to ask him, can he answer one question? And that question is, when all else fails, can he be Dan Marino on 83? What I mean by that, no running game, no line, no defense, no special teams. Can he put the team on the court on his back and win the game? That's when you know you have a franchise quarterback. And I don't think the Browns can answer that question honestly with Baker, because time and time again, when the game comes down to a deciding moment where he has to go win the game, I haven't seen him do it.
Yeah,
that's San Diego Chargers game.
Real talk. That's real
he
talk.
played good.
That's real talk.
He played good in the San Diego game.
I can't argue with
you. He played good. He played good in the San Diego game, but when it came down to the money, what happened? Right. See, that's what I get judged by. You get judged when the game is on the line. Can your quarterback lead you down the field? And I don't think Baker Mayfield can do that.
All right, bro. Well, make sure you give us a call back at the All-Star break. And thanks for the call.
Great call. Appreciate you. Appreciate you. Hey, make sure you hit that like. Make sure you hit that like button, and make sure you following us on Twitter at We Talking Sports 2, and on Instagram at We_Talking_Sports. Follow us on Facebook too. Appreciate you, bro.
Yeah. All right, but yeah, I fully agree with what he's saying, and it's funny because he's coming from another fan's perspective. But
he's not even a Browns fan. He's not even a Browns fan. That's totally objective.
He's not even a Browns fan, right? Right. So his opinion is really unbiased.
Nope.
Oh, so why are we taking Baker slander from him?
Cause it's the truth.
So
It's the truth.
Tell me he gotta say it.
That's all we want. It's the truth.
He should have said that for Twitter. He ain't gotta get on here. All that. We know Baker and Reggie. We didn't need him to come over and tell us that.
But here's my thing though. I do believe that you can win with Baker. So let me go back to that. So right now Baker looks like the person that's out here that is just, oh my God, this is the reason why we think. But the thing is it takes a long time to get another quarterback. And I don't even want to go down that road, but here's what I would say with Baker. What Baker Mayfield needs to do, in my opinion, because I do believe that Baker Mayfield is a good quarterback. I do believe that with what we have, we can be a very good football team. I think that right now, I'm gonna tell you this. Here's what I'm gonna end what I'm saying with. Tomorrow is very important. Because what tomorrow happens, and Sean, me and you talk about this a lot. What tomorrow means is this football team going to rally around our quarterback and win this football game? Because
we'll see a lot tomorrow.
Talked about it
we'll
2
see a
weeks
lot
ago.
tomorrow. Yeah, we'll see a lot tomorrow.
We just talked about it 2 weeks ago when I asked you. I said, how is it that sometimes if somebody says something that's bulletin board material, does that make teams win? And we both couldn't figure it out. But the one thing that we both agreed with is, yeah, but that shit is real. Right. You know what I'm saying? Right. And so if Baker can put this team on his back when all else is against him and go down to Cincinnati and beat that team, that would mean a lot for Baker Mayfield. Now, do I think that the Browns were right with the Odell situation? Hell no. I don't even want to talk about it. I'm so mad.
You can't say that.
Do I believe that Odell was right in the Browns situation?
Well, let's
yes,
talk about
I do believe that Odell was right.
You brought it up. We can't speed past that.
We talking sports, right? So let's talk about it.
No, I'm not saying don't talk about it. I'm just basically saying that, man, it's tough to talk about. But yeah, we can talk about it. But I'm just saying it's tough to talk about. But I think that at the end of the day, we have a team that has a game tomorrow, and I do believe that the Browns do, just like my man said, they do have all of those pieces at about a 7 to 8, in some cases a 10. Miles Garrett is a fucking 10. He's probably a 15, to be quite honest.
Would you buy a Mustang with a 4-cylinder engine?
Huh?
Would you buy a Mustang with a 4-cylinder engine?
All I'm saying is, if you look at the team that won last year, they started winning after we lost Odell, and this is the same team with better pieces. And if this team plays for him, then they can win. Now, we can talk about Odell because, to me, I definitely believe that Odell was right with what he did. I have no problem with what his dad did, what he did, or anything like that. And I do have problems with Baker, and I do have problems with the organization.
So, is how his dad feel, how he feels? And I'm not talking crap, I'm just questioning. Do you think there might, because my only problem when you speak out on somebody's behalf is, we don't know in the public, was there a disconnect? Because then we're asking you to basically say, I don't agree with my father and come out to the public. You know what I'm saying?
I'm going to tell you like this. If he saw his son in a situation where he was not being used, now you in my money.
Exactly.
You in my money. You in my family's money.
Exactly.
And so,
exactly.
Hey, if ain't nobody going to say nothing about it, I can sit here on the sideline mad all day, or I'm about to bring that shit to light because
exactly. I would too. I'd have did the exact same thing.
These dudes is getting paid out here.
I did the exact same thing.
And my son got 2 catches.
Thanks, Dad.
So look. When OBJ came to Cleveland, he was on a pace comparable to Jerry. Actually, he was exceeding Jerry Rice type numbers. And again, I know the NFL has changed in terms of how much it passes and yada yada yada. But at the end of the day, you had that in your back pocket from a negotiating standpoint when it comes time for your contract.
Correct.
You come here and you putting up pedestrian numbers. You really ain't even putting up average receiving numbers. We in week 8, and you got 240 yards receiving, 240 some yards receiving, and no touchdowns. And you going through games where you got one target. I want to leave too.
No, I understand.
Let me say this too, dog. Let me say this too. Chase Young came to visit me on his recruiting trip. And so now he's from LSU. I'm big LSU. And I know this dude about to get stupid paid. And I'm about to
you mean Jamar Chase. You mean Jamar Chase.
Jamar Chase, right.
Right.
So that ain't playing in his bags, man? Like what?
Right. I get it. I get it.
They family talk to me. And now I'm in
I get it. I get it. I would have wanted to get out of there too.
You gotta look at the human element of it, bro.
Exactly.
You know?
Exactly. And then it's just like when you know that you open and you getting open, and again, yeah, I don't blame him at all. I hope things work out for him, and I believe it will, because I'm sure he's gonna kind of pick his next situation a little bit in terms of, I don't think he's going to Detroit or nothing like that. He's going to go to a situation where a quarterback that can get him the ball. And at the end of the day, obviously I want the Browns to be successful. But I do not like when you scapegoat somebody and make him the bad guy when really he can't throw the ball to himself. So
here's let me say this last thing, and I'm gonna skate very lightly when I say this, because at no way do I think we need to fire the coach. At no way I think we need to fire. I'm gonna say that at the beginning. To what I'm saying.
Speak on it.
But here's what I think. I think the problem is Stefanski and Baker, just because of the fact that y'all are not getting Odell the ball. If you getting Odell the ball, if Odell is being Odell Beckham for who he is, a 29-year-old wide receiver that's one of the best wide receivers in the league, if you are getting him the ball, Kansas City is not a good team this year. You really should be 8-0.
Right.
You got a running game that is just powerful, even when people in the box. You got a defense.
Take what our previous caller said. Take what our last caller said. Take what he said and put that in perspective to what you're saying, and I think you guys are saying the same thing.
You got a defense that he only gave up 15 points last week. So
Exactly.
Everybody talking this Joe Woods,
killed me, people.
in
today's NFL, how can you blame a defensive coordinator or a defense that gave up 15 points? That's insane. That's insane. They wasn't playing a junior college team. They were playing another NFL team, and they only gave up 15 points. How can you blame them? That's insane to me.
I think the problem is it's just Baker Mayfield. He does not have escapability, and he doesn't have. He needs to learn how to go through his.
He's got to prove to me that he can see the field. And it's really that simple. He's got to prove to me that he can read defenses and see the field. To me, it's just that simple. It's that simple.
Right now, every football game is the defensive coordinator versus Kevin Stefanski and Baker Mayfield. And that's what needs to grow. If the Browns can rally,
I don't agree with that. I don't agree with that because don't get me wrong. Kevin Stefanski is responsible for he calls plays, so he has to call plays based off what he sees the defense doing. He has to scheme people open, but you can't always count on that. You can't always count on being able to scheme people open because at some point you just got to play football. You got to drop back and it's okay. They took this away. They took that away. You know what I'm saying? It's football. You call a play based off what you think the defense is doing, but if the defense fooled you, does that mean you got to lose that play? No. Your quarterback should be able to see the field. Exactly. Get out of the, or even stay in the pocket. But what's most important is you got to see what's going on. Okay, wait a minute. If the safety's over here with him, he can't be on the left side of the field. I know I told, you know what I'm saying?
So what I mean by get out of the pocket is that doesn't mean that you have to run. That means that you may have to go to the left, which we know Baker doesn't do, because maybe that's where the defense. But the defense knows, hey, all you got to do is take away this dude to the right, because that's all he's going to do is go to the right. So to me, again, I just think that it's right now Baker versus defensive coordinators, and the book on him is too open to where he's too limited.
Well, the defensive coordinators are winning. Defensive coordinators are winning.
They are. And that's something that just comes with being a quarterback. But when you look at those other qualities, he's a gamer. He got an arm.
Gamer. He got the spunk. He got the arm. He got everything but the ability to read defenses. So hold on. Okay, so DJ, we have an in-studio guest.
How y'all doing? Ladies and gentlemen, how y'all doing? I'm Pittsburgh native. We kicked your butt. Y'all thought you were gonna win. Last in the division, but Baker's a great.
Hey, we talked. I talked all that mess last week.
You know what? Baker's good. You know what? You talk things is great. I'm not here to bash you because, like I always tell people, I never say anything. I think like a GM. GMs is what? Get rid of them or get me home. If you're not getting me home, get rid of them. Flat out. We don't care about anything. All we care about is victories, dubs. I want a W.
Okay.
Every day, a W. No matter the organization, W.
So what you see last week then?
Last week I seen that Haslam need to be fired. He need to get to sell the team. Potty need to sell the team. Flat out.
So you going right for the owner then, huh?
The owner. It's his fault. It's his fault. Dude, why do you hold on to things that you don't like? That's like holding on to a woman that I think I love her, but she thinks she love me, but we just in a relationship for the wrong reason. Get by. I'm sorry. No problem is you gonna do better than me. My goal is to do better than you. Good. You know what happened? We're gonna look at the end of the day, who did better? Flat out. The Giants sold him. Giants sold the man. Last time I checked, the man was good. He get with a rookie. He said, God darn it, I just got to make another man good again. He made Eli better after winning the Super Bowls. And then you know what he said? God darn it, I got to do it again. A bum. But he Heisman Trophy winner, a bum. Heisman Trophy winner, bum. What are we doing, man? You wonder why he went out. You know what? The NFL told him to shut his mouth. The NFL said, shut the heck up. And what happened? He shut the heck up. After the goalpost and Giant hit his head, see what I'm talking about? He did everything he told him to do. You know what? He looked at Odell Beckham and said, man, you hanging with me. You bringing me down. Wow. Most Heisman Trophy winners don't do anything in the NFL.
I wouldn't say that. I wouldn't say that.
Trophies don't do my things in the NFL. You can name me a handful, but you can't name me a lot of them.
Yeah, I mean, you're right. It's a hand. Let's put it this way. Just because you won the Heisman, it's not a given that you're going to have success in the NFL. I do agree with that.
Right.
But I will say this. Right. Lamar Jackson won the Heisman, and Joe Burrow won the Heisman.
You know what? Lamar Jackson won the Heisman because he played a pro-style offense. Bobby Petrino was a hell of a coach. Flat out.
He was.
He was in the NFL before. He was in the NFL before, and he got out of the NFL. He went back to play for who? Was that Louisville?
Yeah, Louisville.
Wow. Took Louisville everywhere he wanted to be, but Louisville ain't worth a dollar because in the end, see, I ain't gonna get into college football sports, man. I don't want to talk about college football sports right now. Because you know what? Go to Louisville or go to Ohio State. Which one you gonna go to?
Oh, clearly Ohio State.
Okay, that's what I'm saying.
But let's reel this back in and let's keep this on these Browns, man.
The Browns is okay. The Browns will be okay. Since I'm a Pittsburgh Steelers fan for life, Browns will be okay. The problem is it's Baker. See, Baker balled out last year for why? Why did Baker ball out? Tell me why Baker balled out. You know why Baker balled out? Because the running game over 100 yards. You got two of the premier offensive running backs in the league. Talk about it in the league.
Right.
In the league. And then what all you got to do is manage the game, and you mean tell me make one throw. All I ask you to do is make one throw. You can't make the one throw. That's the problem with Baker. I like Baker. I love Baker. I love Baker to death. You know what? Put him on Pittsburgh. He won Super Bowl. But you know what? Real talk. He won Super Bowl. But you know what? It's mental. It's too many commercials. It's too much bull crap with Baker.
Right.
Baker did what with Duke Johnson. Talk about his contract. That's what he did, right? Remember he talked about his contract?
Right.
What are you doing, dude? We don't talk about nobody else's money.
Right.
I talk about nigga woman. Dude. We don't talk about niggas. We don't talk about people, women or money. We broke folks out here right now. We're poor broke folks. Flat out. We don't talk about nobody's woman or nobody's money. And she looking at you, you better keep your head down, sir, and you tell me about it later. What are you doing? Pull into the locker room and talk about the disputes that you're doing. Talk about the disputes in the locker room. Because last time I checked, I played professional sport. It's a body of government. It's one government. One man can talk in the locker room to galvanize everyone.
Right.
Flat out. One man.
Right, but bruh, so
one man can talk in the locker room and galvanize the whole locker room to fight for you. I feel bad for the Brown fans right now because the Bengals gonna beat your butt. I'm not gonna say that. Baker Mayfield is the worst quarterback in the division, and I'm a Pittsburgh Steelers fan, and Big Ben ain't worth a dollar right now.
So what you trying to say, DJ?
So, like I said, the one thing I definitely agree with you about the commercial. I do agree. Baker is. I've been saying for 3 years that every time I see those commercials, I get pissed because you're not about football.
Big dog, don't get mad at the commercial. He doing what he's supposed to do. He's a franchise quarterback. Baker Mayfield's a franchise quarterback.
I just have a problem with somebody getting it before they already earned it.
No, he earned that.
Because to me, your head,
trophy winner.
Your head ain't where it needs to be.
He's not a bump. Baker Mayfield ain't a bump.
Don't talk like Baker Mayfield's a bump. As far as this Bengals game, though,
let me tell you something,
I do believe
you getting upset about a commercial. I heard you talk about a commercial.
I hear you,
man. A commercial? I probably get commercials. Right. I probably get endorsements. Last time I checked, I deserve commercials and endorsements. This is my city. Baker Mayfield said, "This is my dang gone city. I own this city."
Wait,
and you know what? And Odell had to go. Odell Beckham came. Let me tell you something, man. Odell Beckham came in this team saying, "This is my team." Remember Ricky Davis? Wait. What did Ricky Davis say? He came to the Cavs and say. And they drafted LeBron James. No, Ricky Davis said, "Nigga, I thought he came. Excuse my land. I thought he came here to help me out." What? What? Stop.
Hey, bro, we gonna stay on topic.
Stop.
We gonna stay on topic, and we gonna talk about this Browns guy.
You going too far into the Baker Mayfield. It's not Baker Mayfield's fault.
But the Browns play the Bengals tomorrow in a crucial game.
And y'all gonna lose tomorrow. You will lose tomorrow because they have a better quarterback and a better receiver.
Okay. Hold on.
Take the mic now.
I heard everything.
Bruh. So what I'm saying is, the AFC is wide open.
No, it's not. It's only 2 teams.
No, it is.
It's only a 2-team race. It's the
There's
Bengals
really
and the
no
Ravens.
team.
I'm a Pittsburgh Steelers fan for life, all day. It's the two race. It's just a 2 race. It's the Bengals and the Ravens division. That's it. Steelers ain't that good. I ain't seen 30 points since last year. And you know what? Last time I checked, Baker Mayfield ain't done nothing.
Hey, man, y'all got to cut off dude's mic, man, because he just you're gonna have to get your podcast, bro. I feel you, but let everybody talk on the show. So what I think is with the AFC is wide open right now. There's really no team that has just ran away with the AFC. To me, I believe that if the Browns could take this as a rally where we get together and we say, hey, we support our quarterback, I believe they have the talent to represent the AFC. Because if you look at the best teams in the AFC, right now, I would probably say Baltimore. You got them twice. But Cincinnati really ain't a great football team. They just got some talent. If you look at Tennessee, that probably was the best team in the AFC, but they gone. I would say Buffalo too, but I believe the AFC is wide open, and I believe the Browns are in a position where they could become that other team. I didn't mention the Raiders either. The Raiders are a good team.
Let's talk about the division. Look, Big Dog, you said the correct thing, but you're dead wrong. The Bengals got the best front 4 in the division. Flat the hell out. Don't play no game. And I know you upset, but Big Dog, the Bengals have the best front 4 in the division.
I don't agree with that.
Pro football
So they
said
got
Pro football said that.
Those statistics can lie sometimes. You got to read between. So I know statistics have a place in sports, but don't never let your eyes fool you because of statistics. And my eyes tell me. And again, I'm not saying that we had the best team, and I don't think I'm being biased. But you talking about Jadeveon Clowney and Myles Garrett. I think that's better than Sam Hubbard and Trey Hendrickson.
But I heard his name all season. I heard the man say Jadeveon Clowney. I heard the man all season.
Why not?
Clowney. What has he done?
I think he like 3rd in the league in pressures.
There we go with pressure. There you go with the stats. You just told me you don't care about no stats.
No, I'm just saying stats. No, I'm not saying I don't care about stats. I'm saying don't let stats take away from what your eyes tell you. Your first story should come from your eyes.
You know what?
What you see.
Your eye test is everything you see. That's like me playing
Exactly.
Baseball. I love baseball to death. I don't give a hell about no football. I like baseball. Flat out. Baseball is the best sport. You know why? Because either you're good or you're bad. You got to see that baseball to hit that ball. You got to see it to hit it. If you can't see it, you can't hit it. Flat out. See, I can put contacts on and play football.
Hey, but you know what? You know what the great thing is? We gonna settle this argument tomorrow.
You know what?
We gonna look at their defensive line. We gonna look at our defensive line tomorrow. Tomorrow.
Defensive line better than y'all. I'll tell you that. You know what? Don't have it. Let me tell you something.
They picked up some of our scraps. We let them have Ogunjobi. We gave them Ogunjobi.
And I picked up one of those scraps too. Pittsburgh picked up one of your scraps. And what happened?
Who was that?
We whooping your butt.
Who was that?
Shut down your receivers.
Oh, Joe Hayden?
Yeah, shut down your receivers. Shut down your receivers. I ain't
gonna take no shots at Joe Hayden. That was my boy.
I'm gonna say something to y'all, man. Dude, you have a hell
The
of
one thing that kills me,
you have a hell of
you know the one thing that kills me about Joe Hayden? The one thing that kills me about Joe Hayden is when Joe Hayden was playing for us the last 2-3 years, remember he was hurt a lot of times, and it would always be him and the A.J. Green matchup. And whoever won that matchup was going to be who won the game.
You know what? You talking about a Hall of Fame.
But sometimes Joe Hayden, for Joe Hayden to have played so many years.
You're only good as your defensive line. Because football, everybody know in football, you got 2 to 3 seconds. You know what I mean? Not far 2-3 seconds is, man. Dude, do your job. If you get into the backfield, I get that interception. I mean, I shut the.
Hey,
it just amazes me how many years Pittsburgh got out of Joe Hayden.
No.
It amazes me how many years Pittsburgh got out of Joe Hayden. Because when he left us, it just I thought he was done when he left us.
Any athlete in any sport, you a little bit more dedicated when you really think you can win. And when he was with the Browns, he know he wasn't winning, and it's just like, okay, so if my ankle hurt, yeah, I'm gonna take this game off.
You know what? Why you didn't do that Odell Beckham?
Okay, that makes sense.
He showed hurt. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Oh, Cleveland Browns.
Well, because the team, he got a team that can win now.
You have to think like a GM. That's the problem with y'all. That's the problem with the Cleveland organization. You don't think like a winner. You just want to just think about winning. You want to just sell seats. I don't want to sell seats. I want to win the championship. That's what I thought we were doing. Last time I checked, real talk. This last time I checked, we're trying to win championship. That's the goal. Get rid of it. Odell Beckham, what? 67 or 66? 67 or 66. Receiver in the league. Hell where he go? Hell with him.
He can't throw the ball to himself.
Know what? Last time I checked, out of 8 seasons, Odell Beckham been hurt, right? He played 8
like I said, what the Browns need to do.
8 seasons in the league. He only played 2 full seasons. So the hell with him.
What are you talking about? He only played 2 full seasons.
No,
that's not real talk. That's not real talk. When Odell Beckham came to Cleveland, after 5 years in the league, his numbers exceeded those of Jerry Rice. So he was on pace to eclipse Jerry Rice's numbers.
With who? That's Eli. That's talking about Eli.
We talking about numbers though, because you said
he's talking about the quarterback.
The quarterback.
You said he never played 2 years.
New York's quarterback was
Even better.
Yeah.
That's the whole Baker Mayfield argument we're making. It's not an Odell. Hey, look.
It's not an Odell problem. It's a Baker problem.
At this point, as an NFL fan, I'd rather them be in 2 happy homes than 1 unhappy home.
You know what?
They didn't have chemistry together. And you know what? It might have been a Baker thing, but as long as Odell's out of here and he's doing his career and he's back on track to be a Hall of Famer, nothing else matters.
It's a Kevin Stefanski problem. Because I'm going to tell you this story last year, right?
I agree.
I'll tell you about last year.
I don't agree with the Kevin Stefanski problem. I agree with if y'all better apart, then do it.
Last time we checked, right? The New York Jets, you played New York Jets, right? You had not one receiver. You threw the ball 50 times. So that means you made the onus to get the ball to the receiver to put it on Baker, right? And Baker did what he did. He lost the game. Baker got a butt fumble, right? I think he did a butt fumble.
Yeah, let's not add the last time he threw to that guy, he accidentally tore his ACL. Last time somebody threw a bad throw to OBJ, he tore his ACL.
Baker's notorious for throwing people hurt. He don't throw people open. I'm going to throw you hurt. I mean, he did it to Njoku. I mean, he'll throw you hurt. Hey, so look, I know this has been a hot topic. Be honest with you, I'm so tired of this topic, man, because all week, that's all we've been hearing. That's all that's been talked about. And at this point, it is what it is. So we going to see something tomorrow.
Hold on, I got something to say.
Only Cincinnati.
Okay, what's the comment?
If the crew's here, Big Steve is here. Don't worry about it. He's here.
Fire the owner. Fire the owner.
All right, there we go.
The owner has to go.
There we go.
Depending on what
Big Steve in the house.
Owner has to go. The owner has to go.
So look.
He's still paying other folks. He paying you truck drivers right now.
Let's hit on one more topic real quick. Let's hit on one more topic real quick. What's going on with Aaron Rodgers? So let me set it up a little bit. COVID has, as we see, COVID affects the NFL. It affects the NBA, which tells me that people get COVID more often than they realize. It's just they don't get tested. But these professional athletes, they have to get tested regularly, and that's why you have people in and out of their lineups because of COVID. So, speaking of that,
unless you're Aaron Rodgers,
you're saying that's a good snapshot of society.
Or when I say his first lie, or his second lie, which one? What do you think about it?
The scumbag in me is proud.
So here's what I don't like, because everything else right now is just damage control. But what I don't like is the arrogance that he went around with it. Now, if he was just a regular dude, I'm going to cut myself down because I hear myself echoing. But if he was just a regular quarterback who, you didn't really hear anything from, then it would just be, something that's happened. But this dude has been on Jeopardy. This dude has been on, I want to.
Sound like a hater. Sound like a hater right
now. Yeah, he's been doing
Sound like a hater. Sound like a hater.
Yeah.
All he been doing is non-football. It's about my team. Hold on, let me just finish what I'm saying. All he been doing is doing. It's not about my team. It's not about this organization. It's about me stuff. And he has been in our face since the end of the season until then. So to have this arrogance,
the NFL version of Kyrie.
What's wrong with that?
So to have this arrogance,
what's wrong with having a God complex? There's nothing wrong with having a God
complex. But let me just finish saying. Let me just finish saying what I'm saying.
I think I have one.
Right, let me finish saying what I'm saying. I ain't gonna take. I'll take the whole thing. I'm gonna let you talk too. But in order for him to say with such arrogance in a situation where people are literally dying because of this, for him to just arrogantly just say, I'm immunized, and then continue to go on where everybody else in this collective bargaining agreement that all the players agreed to, while everybody else is going through all of these protocols and they haven't been tested, and for you to just been in our face since the end of the football season up until now, not team related, but about you, and for you to walk around and just say, I'm immunized, and just been going against everything that everybody else that followed the rules that was in your same category had to do, that's what I have a problem with. That is the part that I do. They say he's not going to be suspended, but I do. I think, Sean, like you said, they should take some draft picks from him. They should hit them hard because of this.
They should hit the organization, and they should suspend Aaron Rodgers, because it's just like, it's extremely arrogant and extremely selfish because this is what you're doing. So he tested positive for COVID, right? Does he know what day he tested positive? I'm sure he doesn't. Or what day? Or he know what day he tested positive, but he doesn't know what day he contracted.
What day he contracted.
Exactly. So my point is, you've been walking around.
He was on the field with Kyler Murray.
Other people, and you not only you messing with their life, you messing with their family's life, and you're messing with their livelihood, because if they can't play because they got COVID, and it's all because you arrogant.
The league knew.
Let's not confuse arrogance with ignorance.
The league knew. That's why they're going
I'm not going to call it ignorance. I'm going to call it arrogance and selfishness.
I want to call it arrogance just because I feel like, you know what I'm saying? To me, a God complex is a person that's ignorant.
You know what's arrogant?
Infallible.
You know what's arrogant? When you get caught in a lie and then you get mad and you say, why does everybody know my COVID status?
Right. But why would my HIPAA rights violated? But I'm saying there's a difference.
That's arrogance.
But there's a difference between arrogance, ignorance, and being an asshole.
The league knew.
Yeah, it's a thin line.
They are cousins. I'll say they are cousins, if not siblings.
Hey,
Your mic's on.
The league knew. The league knew what was going on. That's why they let him get away with it. That's Aaron freaking Rodgers. That's a bad man. Now,
Can Lamar Jackson do it?
No, he cannot do that because his skin color is different. Sorry for saying that.
Why are you sorry for saying that?
Because it's the truth. Because it's the truth. It's the truth. It's the truth. It's the
the
truth.
truth.
No, you be honest.
Absolutely.
You always be honest.
Aaron Rodgers,
I mean, we all black. We all know.
White man in the sense of he drives pickup trucks, he loves his dog, and he wears Wrangler jeans, and he wears flannels.
Right.
I love Aaron Rodgers. I didn't expect this out of Aaron Rodgers. I expect some shit like this out of Tom Brady, but not Aaron Rodgers.
Let me tell you who Aaron Rodgers is. Aaron Rodgers became who? John Wick. Not how long it took him to grow his hair out to be John Wick. Everything Aaron Rodgers do is calculated.
Keanu Reeves.
Flat out. John Wick. His name John Wick. Get it right. John Wick. John Wick. But everything that man do is calculated. The man is intelligent. He went to Cal. Everybody can't go to Cal. It's like going to Stanford. You got to be intelligent to go to these certain type of schools. So everything you do is calculated. Flat out.
Right.
Wrap it up.
Hey, so with that, we're gonna wrap this episode up. We appreciate you listening.
It's been fun.
Again,
This was good.
remember to hit that like.
Please,
You know, we covered a lot of bases, and next week we'll cover even more. Because guess what? We talking sports. See you next week.
Yeah.
Bro.
And you better come back.
Everybody gonna come back.